All right. Good morning, guys. You might notice there are some lights on around me today. This is the first time since I've been doing the morning check ins on a regular basis that I have been able to, um, have lights on and have things, at me. Light wise, I'm not getting the pain and the headache and stuff that I was before, but I'm still having some problems focusing on things like when I'm trying to type and text. Things still aren't as clear as they should be. But here's the good news. I serve a great and wonderful God, right? He is able to heal exponentially every night. Like every day that I've gotten up, I've felt so much better than the previous day. It's not to say that it doesn't come with some frustrations, considering how much time I spend on the internet, how much time I spend making content, writing content. Um, you know, it's been a real chore to put my energies into different directions and figure out how I'm going to add value to people day to day, you know, with something like this, handicapping my efforts. But hey, needless to say, here we are. It's Tuesday. I'm thrilled to see you. So I got a great new shirt on. Oh yeah. All right. Well, this came yesterday. This is the official Great Cycle Challenge shirt for 2020. June is typically the month that I bicycle for the Great Cycle Challenge. Uh, During the month of June, I typically bicycle as many miles as I feel I can bicycle. I set a goal. The first year I did it was 400 miles. The second year I did it was 600 miles. Is that how I did that? Or was it 700? I think the first time was 400 miles and the second time was 700 miles. Well, coming up this year, I said, well, I'm going to knock it out of the park. I'm going to kill it. I was going to go for 1,000 miles. Uh, you know, then the collarbone, right? The shingles. Now I got this crazy eye thing. I have not been able to condition myself like I thought. So this year, I think I'm going to go for a good 600-mile month. Now it was supposed to be in June, but they moved it to September. So I plan on riding 600 miles during the month of September, and that goal is for me to attain. But there's also a thing that goes with that. We would love to have your financial support along the way. I also have space for team members, so if you want to join the Mañana No Mas Great Cycle Challenge team, for those of you that are into the fitness portion of the Mañana No Mas Academy, or that see my accounts and you see me saying, well, how does he keep 60 pounds off his frame? Well, I do it through bicycling, right? I love things like coffee and beer and peanut butter on my toast. I even have some of that right here in front of me today. There we go. A little peanut butter on my toast. That's not a great way of shedding pounds, right? So, and the reason I say coffee is because I made a cappuccino today, and it's got let's see if you can get that on the camera there. It's got the little froth on top and stuff. My wife got me a new espresso percolator thing, right? So having a cappuccino this morning. And so cappuccinos aren't the best way to lose weight. And so this Great Cycle Challenge does a couple of things. A, builds awareness for helping kids with cancer. That's what the whole thing is about. It's about helping kids with cancer. Let me turn around so you can see the back of the shirt. Shazam. Can you see the back of the shirt? I hope that you can. Okay. So it's for helping kids with cancer. I'm a cancer survivor. I had cancer when I was 16. The doctors did a really bad job of diagnosing me and said that I didn't have cancer and that it would be impossible for a kid my age to have this type of cancer. And if I had this kind of cancer, I would be, in the medical books for having this type of cancer. And I kept saying, well, why don't you just do the test to see if it's cancer before you cut me open? And then they said, no, no, we don't have to. Then they cut me open and they found out it was cancer. They took it all out. Um, they didn't want to do chemo because I was so young and they weren't aware at that time what that type of treatment would do long term. And so I didn't have to go through the battles that so many other kids have to go through in this day and age when they get cancer. So part of me feels a little guilty about that. Like my fight with cancer was over before I really knew it was over, right? Um, I had a suspicion that I had it, but it's not a thing where I had to do battle with it. And so my screen is messing up here a little bit. I hope that yours is still going through. And anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. If you can join the team, bicycle with me. There's an app, it tracks everything that we do. That would be really, really cool. If you don't want to do it, or you don't have you know, the physical, mental fortitude to want to jump in and do that, that's okay. Um, but if you could find, help us financially and support the people that do join the team, that would be great too. Now, if you want information about the Great Cycle Challenge, how to join, things like that, I'm going to put up a post about how to join and all that stuff on the Mañana no Mas page this week. But you can always hit the contact link on the website, get in touch with me directly, and I'll answer your questions, because I want to make this as easy as we possibly can. Now, there's other things going on. I don't want to just talk about the Great Cycle Challenge. Every day this is a chance for me to talk to you about stuff, right? So right now we've got a sweepstakes going on, right? A raffle press. This is my first raffle press. We have earned a sponsor, right? So WP Forms, which is a fantastic web building tool. So if you or someone works on the internet and could use a year's free license to WP Forms Pro, they need to sign up for this, right? So you go to the Mañana no Mas pages, you'll see a post right in there, right? Mañana no Mas, and you can win and it's in the newsletter I put out yesterday. If you're not on the newsletter, you got to get to the Mañana no Mas, click on Academy, and on the homepage of the Academy is right there how to sign up for the newsletter. But the newsletter has the information about the sweepstakes for the raffle press to win a year's subscription to WP Forms Pro. It is by far the best way to put forms on a website and aggregate data back. People can even add files, right? So people could file share with it. I can build a form and say, hey, send your resume to me. Boom. Click add the resume, send it in, right? If you're wondering how websites do all that, that's the type of tool that they use, right? So I have that available for you. It is free. I've got 3 total that I'm going to give away. The first of the 3 is in this raffle press that I'm running this week, right? Share it with your friends, share it with everybody that works on the internet. It does have value, so make sure that you give that out. And then so we got the raffle press thing. Oh man, the webinar I did on Friday was horrible. The eye was bothering me so bad. I was squinting and smirking, and I couldn't figure out how to look at. I couldn't look around the lights, and it was so difficult to do it. I feel the first part about leadership is showing up. I scheduled something. I'm going to do something, right? And I did it, but it was bad. And so I'm going to redo that presentation that I did on how to incorporate learning plugins and membership plugins and communication plugins into your WordPress website. I've got 20 years of web building experience, and a lot of people learn this stuff by trial and error. There aren't really books that go in. I mean, there's books on WordPress, right? But there's not really books that talk about the newest plugins and the newest. I mean, the things that are happening now, the things that I'm working with within the Mañana no Mas frame set, books aren't even written about that stuff yet, right? I'm friends with the developers that make the stuff. So, I thought I would offer this webinar for folks to kind of give you the shortcut, speed you up, and get you, to a level where we're at right now. And so I haven't picked the day yet. I'll announce it on these morning shows, obviously, and through my newsletter. But just know that I'm going to redo that webinar. And, I like to take snippets of the work that I do and use it for social media posts and things like that. And I mean, I'm going through this video of this webinar. Oh my goodness. I look like Quasimodo, trying to struggle through, ringing the bells or something. It is not a pretty sight. So I got to redo that one. And I figure you guys will get the benefit out of seeing that come through again. If you didn't get to attend the first one, maybe you can attend the second one. I'd like to welcome Monterey Peninsula Power Sports. Just joined the Mañana no Mas, fixed operations membership, which is fantastic. That means that shop, while experiencing a growth in sales through the COVID crisis, is going to be better prepared when service expectations grow. Right? That's my specialty. I work specifically, I work with people on the service side of the motorcycle dealership. And by being able to work with those folks directly, they could be the smartest people in the world. They really could. They could know everything about everything, as far as power sports is concerned. But very few of them have communication training, organizational training, goal setting training, right? How to understand key performance indicators better and how to, bend a group of people to work towards a common KPI. They don't have that kind of training, right? And that's not a knock against them, but it's like no one's offered that. And so MMI and thing like that. But they might have told people how to change spark plugs, how to change oil, how to, rebuild the cylinder head. But they didn't tell them like, this is how you tell a customer that you're rebuilding the cylinder head, the work that's involved and why it costs $2,500. So, it's somebody needs to come alongside of them and show them, that skill set. And that's the skill that I have. And I'm passionate about that area of business. So that's who I'm working with. And I'm thrilled to welcome Monterey Peninsula Power Sports to the whole deal. I think it's going to be fantastic. What else did I have for you guys? Hmm. Oh, that was my first sip. Oh, it was so good. So good. Homemade cappuccino. Oh, it's so good. All right. So great cycle challenge. Hit the contact link on Mañana Nomás if you have specific questions about it. I'm going to put up a post about it and give people ideas on how they can join the team and ride with me, or they can help fund it. So that's one thing. Coffee. And then we had the raffle press, and then we had fixed operations welcoming a new team member. I think that kind of squares away the day. That's a pretty good day right there, I think. Have yourselves a great one. I can't tell you how thankful I am that I could actually have some lights on and see what I'm doing. Things on the screen are still a little bit fuzzy, but I'm really hopeful that by next Monday or Tuesday, my vision will be fully restored to where it was. And you know what? Uh, I'm just thankful that I can keep moving forward. Uh, I hope that you guys are having a great, blessed, wonderful day. I hope that you have set your target on something that you can chase after, something that you can attempt to attain. If you're under COVID quarantine still, if you're still under shutdown, try to keep your sanity. Um, I've been called out a couple of times for not really sharing or going too deep about what I really believe is happening with, riots and protests and things like that. And to be honest with you, um, growing up as a non-privileged white person in the suburb of Philadelphia and getting kind of the short end of the stick on a lot of deals and persevering through, you can imagine I might have a little bit of a different opinion on some certain things. I did see a post last night that someone had put up, and it said, um, they said, "Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm falling apart right now. I feel like I'm falling apart. I feel like I'm falling apart." And it wasn't that someone said, it said, it said, "You're not falling apart. You're falling into place. Relax." Right. And I thought that was, I screenshot that so I could say that this morning. You're not falling apart. You're falling into place. A lot of times when things don't work out well, a lot of times when things seem to be tearing us apart, or we're losing friends, or we're losing contacts, or we're losing jobs, uh, it seems like it's the worst of the worst, right? Sometimes it really does. But I can tell you from experience, all the times that I have been put out of my comfort zone, I have grown. And every time I have grown, I've become something better. So don't think of yourself as falling apart. Think of yourself as falling into place. And hopefully things will move more forward for you, right? It's about perception and how you receive it. And I feel if you receive obstacles as opportunities, you can move forward. And I'm very, very thankful to say at this stage of life, I'm in my 50s, I've been able to move forward more times than backward. So join along, stick with us. These are going to get better and better as they go. The morning check-in show, the lights are coming on. My smile is actually able to be a smile. And I'm really looking forward to sharing more and more with you guys on a daily basis. So hopefully that's inspirational today. Don't fall apart, fall into place, start bicycling, join the Great Cycle Challenge race team with Mañana No Mas. And man, let's knock out some miles in September. Wouldn't it be fun if like Mañana No Mas as a team could knock out something crazy like 10 or 15,000 miles and generate, you know, pick a number, 5,000, 8,000, $10,000 for kids charities to help with childhood cancer. That'd be fantastic. All right. Have a good one. I love you guys. Bye bye.